What's up, everybody? It's Thursday Thoughts. My name is Jason Flame, Moorpark Karate and Krav Maga in Moorpark, California, with my co-host today and every Thursday, Kevin Kowalczik in Littleton, Colorado. Revolution Martial Arts representing Raptor Extreme Karate as well. So what's up, man? Is it cold out there like usual?
It's actually not too bad today. It's not too bad. Sun's
Okay.
out, snow's melting. It's pretty. I'll take it. I'm
All
happy.
right.
I'm happy. Yesterday I was walking the dog in shorts,
That's good.
so that
That's
was
good.
pretty nice.
We had rain about 30 minutes ago, like a major rain come through. And then now I see clouds, but it's sunny and it's already drying up. So that's California for you. But guys, listen, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, whether you're watching this live now or watching the replay later. We've been bringing these Thursday thoughts to you based on our life skill lessons and character education that we incorporate in each and every one of our classes throughout the week. So, our theme for this month, for January, is goals. And so this week, we want to know, what are your goals for 2023? We'll talk about some of our goals, and we'd love for you to be interactive with us today. So please comment and share and let us know that you're there. So let me read the quote for this week.
Yeah,
Our quote that we've been talking to class: the dictionary is the only place where success comes before work. That was said by Vince Lombardi.
love
What do you
that.
think when you hear that quote?
First of all, I love Vince Lombardi. I think it's true. I think it's very true. Success in our goals. I mean, first of all, how many people don't set goals?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think if you want to be successful at anything in life, you got to track it and measure it, and you got to set goals. I would rather you have little micro goals, like little tiny things that you're trying to achieve every day,
Mm-hmm.
right? To give you a little bit of confidence going forward. Because after all, what is confidence? Confidence is just the memory of succeeding or winning, right? That's what it is, right? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we fail when we set goals, right? We set goals and then we don't achieve them or we fall short.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a loss in our mind. So then we get to the point where we're like, well, why even set goals anymore?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, talking about writing down goals, I was just pulling this up on my phone, and anybody that knows me knows that I track everything. So what you're looking here is, man, I've been doing this. Let's see, on my phone, current phone. Um, 2013 is the first year that I put this. Probably when I first got this phone. It's so old. Um, but I mean, I write down all my goals, and I break my goals into categories too. So I don't know if you do this, Mr. K, but I have some personal goals for 2023.
Yeah.
I have some couples goals for my wife and I. I have family goals for all of us to do together. I have business goals. I have financial goals, and I break all these down. And just talking about goals, um, you look at martial arts and you look at how we structure our curriculum and our program, and you talked about achieving minuscule goals, those little tiny goals.
Little
I
stuff.
break it down like this, right? People want to be a black belt, but you can't be a black belt overnight, right? It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen in a week, a month, a year, maybe just a couple years. It's going to take a long time, right? So how can we break that down? Well, if we focus on each belt that leads us to earning our
Small
black
stuff.
belt, boom, smaller steps. Now you take that belt, break that belt down into, in our school we have stripes for attendance and stripes for curriculum. So now, like on a weekly, monthly basis, you're getting one step closer to the belt. The belt's getting you one step closer to your black belt, right? But here's the thing: in order to earn your stripes, first thing you got to do is you got to come to class. You just got to go to class. You just got to get to class and start. And that's like kind of the smallest part of it. And before that, like you said, motivation leads to discipline. Discipline leads to success. Success brings us back and motivates us, remotivates us to continue that discipline to move on towards our goals. So I suggest that everybody write your goals down. What are your goals? Write them down, and
Yep.
then try to backtrack everything and break it down as much as you can so you can see your progress along the way.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I got my journal sits right here on the desk, and I write down all my goals that I want to try to achieve. And I do the same thing. I categorize them, right? Like,
Hmm.
what are some things I want to achieve in my martial arts or competition life. You know, like we were talking about before we started this. This is gonna be my last year doing sport karate,
Well,
and
he said it. He said it. He
yeah,
said it.
yeah, this is my last year out there. And as far as tournaments and that kind of stuff goes, I want my last year of winning a world title to be the first year my son wins his. So we're gonna travel and hit the circuit together and compete, and like that's a goal I set at the Um, so yeah, so I mean, I have different goals as far as the business goes, and my personal life, and my health, and all sorts of things like that. But what I'm concerned with is how many people on a regular basis don't set goals, especially adults.
Mm-hmm.
You know, great example is you're a dad, you're a parent. How many times have you ever had somebody say to you, "You're chopping in and out there.
Yep.
You there? Yeah,
We're good.
we're
It's in
good."
and out, but yeah.
Yeah. You ever have a time when you're with your kids and they're younger and somebody says, "Man, enjoy that age because you won't get it back." You ever hear that
Mm-hmm.
before?
Mm-hmm.
I say that all the time. Like, I'm at the grocery store with Kai and he just turned 5 and he's all cute and walking around. He's helping me push the cart and stuff. And this older man says, "Oh, how old is your son?" And I said, "Oh, he's 5." And he said, "Oh, I enjoy that because he'll never be 5 again. He's ever changing, right?"
Mm-hmm.
But I sit and I hear people say that, and I know that. But my question to us as adults is, at what point did that process stop for you? At what point did you stop becoming a different person, a new person every year?
Hmm.
See, we know our kids do that, but then we don't do that. Like, are you better this year than you were last year? Are you setting goals and measuring your success and tracking your progress? Like, we know that, like, oh yeah, that little 5-year-old, he'll never be 5 again. Enjoy that time because next year he's a different person. He's a new person. They change so fast. But like, at what age do we stop doing that as adults? That we stop being a new person every year. We stop trying to evolve and be better. So
Mm-hmm.
anybody that's watching, I want to encourage you guys, man, set some goals for yourself this year. 2023, it's a year of change.
Well, so we've talked about your goal of competing with your son on the circuit,
Yeah.
winning your world championship, your last one when he wins his first one. I think that's super cool. Um, what are some other any other personal goals that you want to share with everybody?
I'm trying to read a new book every month. That's a hard one for me.
Mm-hmm.
So because I don't have, I use this excuse that most people use. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm
Hmm.
trying to reword my brain and rework my wiring there to think I have to make the time, right?
Right.
So it's a big challenge for me. I want to read a new book every month. So every month I'm trying to read something new just to like push myself and force myself to get out of my comfort zone. So I think
Right.
that's a big one for me. What about you?
Yeah.
You do
So
a lot of reading.
I do well. I'll tell you what. I was one of those people that said I didn't enjoy reading and that it would put me to sleep if I read. And I found out that I was reading the wrong books. I was reading what people told me to read instead of
Yeah.
reading what I wanted to read. And I started searching out the books that kind of vibed with what was going on in my life. And right now, I'm reading a really good book right now. Gabby Abdel Gadir is she's going to be on my podcast coming up, and it's just I love reading biographies. I love reading stories about people because I can learn so much and just kind of take in that perspective. I realized that I started reading when I really started reading. You know what I read? Pro wrestling autobiographies and martial arts autobiographies, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And then I started getting into business leadership,
Yeah.
different things. And so yeah, I was one of those people who said I didn't like reading, but I was reading the wrong things. And now I really enjoy it, and that is my goal. That's one of my goals, to continue, is reading 12 books a year. And I know for some people are like, well, I read 12 books in a couple months. Wow, that's awesome. I mean, for me, reading a book every month
Yeah.
is a good goal for me. And when I can consistently do that, maybe I'm going to up that to 15 books, right? But that's something too that I think people need to remember is when you set like this massive big goal and then you don't hit it, don't fall apart. Don't fall apart and say, "Oh, I just can't do it." Maybe just readjust. Maybe just readjust. So I said 12 books. Maybe next year it's 24. I don't know. But don't go for 100 books and you've never read a day in your life. That's like going to the
Yeah.
gym. I'm going to go to the gym every single day and do 2 workouts every day, this whole year.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're not. If you haven't been going to the gym, you're probably going to go for 5 days and then just
Sword.
bail on it
Yeah.
completely. But so I'll share a goal with you. My good friend Danny Cleary, we're back. I've got a training partner again. It's been a while since we worked out together, and we always had great chemistry working out. And so we set a goal, and this is crazy because I'm nearing 50, and people are going to think this is stupid, but we set a goal that we're going to bench 315 by the end of the year.
Let's go.
Bench 315 by and we're at,
Good goal.
I think we just hit like 250 the other day, right? So it's going to be a long process. It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, if I can improve by a couple pounds, every other week, I think that, if I map it out, I haven't really mapped out the program yet, but that's a goal for me. Let me check my list and see if there's any other goals I really want. Well, I will say that I want to at least wrestle 4 times this year. I would like to do some more pro wrestling. Ton of financial goals that we will probably share together. Um, some of my couples goals, just having a weekly lunch date with my wife is like something that I really try to do, or at least a monthly date night. Um, we list our vacation, our wish list of vacation spots that we're going to go. I'll be testing for my 8th degree in Tongsudo this year with my son, who's testing for his 4th degree. I'm also testing for my 2nd degree in Krav Maga next week. Sometimes people talk to us and they think we're crazy. They're like, "Do you ever slow down? Do you ever stop?" And it's like,
No.
no, because if I slow down and I stop,
Yeah.
I literally feel I literally feel worthless. I feel like if I'm not reaching to accomplish something, what am I doing? I'm like wasting
Exactly.
space and wasting
Yeah.
time. I,
Yeah.
I want to be accomplishing something. It
And
doesn't
you
have to
don't
be
want to
big
drift,
every day. It
yeah,
doesn't have to be big every day.
you don't want to drift through life that way. You want to
No.
make sure that you're. But one thing I want to hit on for the viewers that are watching, that everything that you laid out as far as your goals, they're all trackable. The weight
Hmm.
that you want to be able to bench press, having a weekly lunch date, having a monthly date
Hmm.
night, like
Hmm.
these are all trackable things. Some people, they want to be successful, but they don't even know what success looks like to them. They have to be more specific with their goal setting. So do you have
Hmm.
any tips on how people can not just set a goal, but be more specific
Hmm.
and target their goal as to what they want to try to achieve?
Well, I think the most important thing about goal setting in general is why do you want to do it? Why?
Yeah.
What purpose does it serve in your life? Because sometimes we set goals too for the sake of setting a goal, but like what is it doing? Reading increases our knowledge, increases our vocabulary. Working out, training, physical health. Eating better, weekly lunch dates, monthly date nights, better relationship with your wife. So what is it? Why? Right? Focus on that why, and then, like I said, with the black belt, you might have a big goal, and you got to go backwards and see how can I track it, right? How can I follow it? And accountability is a big thing too. Like, I'm sharing some goals here live, you're sharing some things here
Yeah.
live. I mean, now people are going to ask,
It's out there.
they're going to ask, and I think that's I do that a lot. I tell everybody, I read a post on Facebook today that says something to the effect of, doing something and doing it without telling other people, because a tree grows without telling anybody it's going to grow. Something to that effect, right? And I was like,
Mhm.
I get the point, but like when I'm going to accomplish something and when I'm doing something, I tell everybody about it because I know the accountability factor is huge for
Yeah.
me, right? I don't want to be the chump that said I was going to do something and then didn't do it. It's just
Right.
not. That's not how I.
It's kind of
It's
like
not
the
how I
whole
roll.
it's kind of like the whole hustle and silence thing, right? Don't tell them what your plan is.
Hmm.
Just, go execute. Well, then there's no accountability.
Right.
I would rather make a statement and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go out and win a world title this year, and my son's going to win a world title too. And that's going to be something that we're going to do together and like set that goal. Because once it's out there in the universe, once you speak it into existence, it's kind of like that law of attraction thing, right? Now you got to
Hmm.
work toward it. Now you got to
Hmm.
hustle. Now you got to put in all the steps necessary, those little micro successes to try to get to that end result, right?
Hmm.
I say speak your goal out loud, read it, write it down every day, tell people, you know, 100%.
I was. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about the movie Fridays. Like, write it down, take a picture. I don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, yeah, and the other thing too about speaking it out loud is that maybe someone else isn't brave enough to speak it out loud. And by you voicing it, it kind of resonates with them a little bit, and it might inspire them or motivate them. I, I I can understand that as a martial artist, sometimes we appear to be overconfident or um, arrogant or bragging when we're talking about certain things. But sometimes I think when I'm watching someone on social media, um, I definitely feel a sense of inspiration. I'm like, man, if they're killing it, they're doing awesome. Like, good for them. Maybe I can follow along or step up. So I feel that when you do speak those goals out loud, that it can be inspiring to others because they're
Yeah.
they're kind of sitting and watching and waiting. So
Well, winners want to see other people win. Winners want to see other people successful with them, right? What some people will do, they call haters, right? They're going to sit back and they're not going to take inspiration from it, and they're going to try to cut you down because they know that they can't reach the goals that they want to achieve themselves. So if I can't do it, then I don't want you to do it, right?
hmm
So, to that, I would say, guys, this year you can do anything you want to do. This should be the year that you should take chances. You should try new things. If you're setting some goals, start that new business. Start that blog. Whatever it is that you want to do, right? It's okay to go try something new. It's okay if you're stuck. There's too many people that are stuck in hating their lives and hating their jobs and going through the motions every day, and they're not really doing anything to change that, right? Set
hmm
some goals for yourself to motivate you to do better. Did you see the post
Right.
I put yesterday?
Which one?
I was taking the dog for a walk, and my neighbor says, "Oh man, back to work." I was like, "I know, back to work." I love it because I love what I do.
Sure. Yeah.
We talk about this all the time. We love our students. We love that we get to inspire and change lives. Like, being on the mat is my home, right?
Yep.
And I said, "Yeah, man, back to work." He goes, "Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?" And I walked away from that conversation going, "Man, how many people live their life like that, where every day they hate doing what they do?" Well, then change it, man. Set some goals to do something different. Find something else that you're
hmm
passionate about and go do that. Like, you've only got one life to live. You got to live it to its fullest. So, like, maybe you need to set some goals. Maybe some people that are watching today, set some goals to do something new and different and challenge yourself. Don't
hmm
keep waiting to start that business. Don't keep waiting to start that book or take that trip or whatever. Like, set some goals to do it now, to do it this year. Change
That's
it.
right. That's right. It's interesting that you bring that topic up or that point. Is in our staff meeting last night, in our team meeting, I was just reminding them, listen, guys, don't forget that you're a martial artist first, and that you need to be training and taking class. And I said, and if you ever feel like coming in to teach is kind of bringing the bringing you down, or it's overwhelming, because we got some young kids that are in high school, and I know they got homework and they got other stuff, they got sports. But it's like, if you ever feel like you don't want to come in to teach, I need to know that right away, because, like, I don't have to teach, I get to teach, right? And that mindset is very important. But if you don't want to do something and you're dreading it all the time, you need to think about it. I understand, hey, you got to pay the bills, right? I understand that, right? So you can't just give up everything and walk away, but don't be afraid to take a chance, and don't be afraid to fail, right? That's the other thing, is don't be afraid to fail. I think that I, I can say for myself personally, I have failed way more times than anybody would ever think, just because I've been doing this for so long. Like, how are you so good at this or good at that? And it's like, because I've done it wrong and I failed at it, I've messed up a million times. So
Yeah,
I think that that's part of the process. Goal setting and achieving goals is a process. It's not a one-time thing. It's not
yep,
just a one time today. It's every day.
every
You're
day.
constantly setting goals. And when you reach your goals, we talk about earning your black belt. I don't like to make black belt the ultimate goal. I think it's a really important goal, but
Yep,
I don't think it's the end goal. There really is no end goal in martial arts. The end goal is train as long as you can, as your body will allow, right? And so keep setting those goals. Every
yep.
new belt, every new rank, every year, whatever it is, keep setting goals.
Quote I heard today from one of our pastors actually was, "There's a big difference between quitting and failing." People don't understand the difference. There's a big difference between quitting and failing. Quitting is quitting. but failing is little micro steps on your way to success.
Hmm.
And I love how he worded that because it's so true. Like you got to take the risks. You got to put yourself out there. You got to try, right? So I hope everybody's setting some big goals for themselves this year, 2023. More importantly, set little micro goals. And like I kind of was talking about a little bit with you in the bench pressing, set measurable goals, set
Hmm.
little micro measurable goals on your way to bigger successful goals.
And as your coaches, as your instructors, come to us with your goals so that we know what they are,
We
and
can,
we'll be asking so that we can help you, right? Because listen, there's not a lot of things that I've accomplished completely and totally on my own. I've always had a coach or a mentor or someone,
always.
whether it be in my business or as a martial artist or whatever it is in my family. I have a partner, I have a mentor, I have people, consultants that have helped me. So don't be afraid to ask for help and share your goals with the people that are closest to you that can help bring you closer to your goal. That's one of the things that I love most about martial arts is that, yeah, we're all individually testing, right? We're all individually growing, but look around you in class, those people are on your team. Those people are there to support you and to help you. And when you don't want to go to class, they're going to miss you in class. When you
Yep.
don't train or you don't test, a piece of them is missing too, right? So use us as your instructors to help you reach your goals.
Yeah. And if you're a martial arts business owner, you can set some goals for yourself to better your students and better your curriculum and better your program by simply checking out Raptor.
Ah, look at that segue. That was pretty good.
You'll
That
like
was
that.
pretty good. Well, let's talk about it. Raptor Extreme Karate is expanding
Oh,
and
man, it's awesome.
rolling out a whole new
Yep.
platform. Talk about the new website and the interactive.
Yeah, it's awesome. The new virtual training platform is super cool. There's nothing like it in our industry. It's the first ever virtual training platform for martial arts. And it's super cool because students can go on, they can train with the lesson, they can have mini tests and quizzes after. And based on their preferences and the things that they're learning, it kind of almost learns your passion of what you want to do. Does it want to direct you toward weapons training? Does it want to take you toward more kicks and tricks? Do you want to do more sparring drills? And it kind of can create a training platform based on each individual member. It's really cool. And that just rolled out. So I'm super stoked for that. And we also have the new feature coming out beginning of March, which is going to be demo teams.
Love it.
We're in the process of working that out right now too. So taking it to the next level this year.
Can't wait. I can't wait. That's going to be a huge boost for us in our school. It's already been amazing. The curriculum that we use for our weapons training in our elite training program is directly from the Raptor Extreme program. So um, for you martial arts instructors, for martial arts students, it's an easy to follow system, and it's a lot of fun. It's fresh. It's new. These are not forms that you've seen for the last 10 years. This is new and fresh stuff, and always new things coming out. But in addition to the weapons, don't forget there's a kickboxing component, and now the all new demo team component. So this is a perfect for any school owner that's watching. This is the perfect opportunity for your upgrade program, and we love it in our school. Our students love it. So let's show them what it's all about. And guys, check in with us next week. We'll continue talking about goals, and we're going to talk about why do we need to set goals. We talked a little bit about that today. And we'll talk about the new quote of the week and a couple questions. So tune in next time. Don't forget to share this. And my students, go compete this Saturday. Go compete at T.O. Westlake Karate Studio
Good luck, guys.
Interschool Tournament. Can't wait to see you guys. All right, Mr. K, let's show them what it is.
All right. We'll see you guys.